Okay, so this is my old Aetna ID. My mustache was popping, don't you say nothing. Now, I had got a job at Aetna, and I really didn't even work there that long. I mean, I stayed long enough for the training and to take some calls and basically to go out on long-term disability because, no, okay? So this is the progression of me on self-care. So as you can see, when was getting a blood test and this one said 1990, the one before it said 1570, the one before it said 3460, and the one before that said 4000 something. Now this is where I was noticing these, I can't keep it to be like, my cells would go up and then they would go down and they would go up and they would go down, and I'm like, why would they go up and they go down? So it took me some time to start understanding, like, it depends on if I had a cold or not. It depends on if I had a partner or not. All this stuff affects my body, and then I wasn't looking at these HIV cells as if they were lymphocytes. Like, they're counting your lymphocytes against you. Like I told you so many times, it could be lupus. It could, just let me show you. If you look at this last paragraph where it talks about people receiving false positives, they talk about how a flu vaccine could change your results. Do you see HIV vaccine studies could change your results? Or lupus. So everything that I tell y'all, I have been trained by Temple and taught by Aetna to look for the truth. I promise you. Okay? And the notes. Okay? Now, in April 2018, I had started posting to Facebook. And on my Facebook post, I had found the article where there was a medical college in Nigeria, and they were already using black seed and honey, and they had people come back negative. So when I found out about black seed and honey, I had a friend who was in Nigeria. You know how people be just writing you on Facebook? I asked them, like, yo, what you know about this church, Synagogue Church of All Nations? And he was like, oh, I know about it. Now, you know the Africans that be writing you be scamming, right? The Africans that write you be scamming, be looking to scam and everything. But once I'm in a synagogue church, all nations, when I mentioned this church to him, he automatically said, whatever you say, I'm going to do right by you, because I know that you're dealing with God and God is between this. So he literally put me on this remedy. So all I got to say is, your scamming ass friends is sometimes your good ass friends. Okay, so at that time, I just kept doing my little Facebook thing. I was trying it, as I showed you before. I was seeing the results, but I was wondering why, like, my doctor wasn't elated over the fact that my blood tests were changing and I wasn't taking the medicine. This is why I'm so adamant. Because why aren't the doctors like, hey, you were able to change your blood test. You were able to stop the amount of blood cells that were accumulating. And that's the key. Stopping the amount of white blood cells from accumulating, because that's your body trying to indicate to you that there's a sickness. So I was on Facebook. I started making memes. I started on Instagram making memes. And I just kept going. I tried. And then TikTok came along. But we're going to continue our story, because I know you paid for this and you want the juicy goodness. So stay tuned for part 3.